Alright, PC. Hold out for your boy. I'm only saying that because I got to transfer a lot of files off of here. What do I want to talk about now? I'm on a roll. I'm on a slight roll. So let me just keep the mic close, keep the audio good. Just released a channel update, a quick one. So I'm just going to follow it up with another quick video about my thoughts on Sparking Zero over the past few months since its release. I think my last video before the most recent one I put up was my reaction to, I believe, all of the rest of the Sparking Zero trailers and things like that. Super excited. Like I said, childhood, lifetime Tenkaichi fan. I preferred him over Budokai. I loved the 3D element and really feeling like I was within the Dragon Ball universe. So being super excited about Sparking Zero coming back, Tenkaichi 4, if you will, coming back. I was more than happy. Now let's get straight into it. There's general controversy about the balance. There's the tournament. There's a lot of things that I've just witnessed and had my thoughts and feelings on. Nothing's gonna be too controversial, too hot. I'm not really. I don't think any of my takes gonna be that hot, but I'll get straight into it. So, first things first. The balance of the game when it initially came out, getting back into it, even with the time I had to try to play the game, it was okay. I think it was okay. Like I usually do this with most story games or most games in general. I play the story mode as much as I can first. Now the way the story mode was set up, there was a lot to do. So before I even hopped online, balance wise, I had to spend a lot of time learning the mechanics and just trying to figuring out new things to get around the AI computer as I went further and further into the levels, different characters. So I completed most of the basic stories and some of the side quests. I didn't unlock everything yet, and everything was cool there. Now going online, it was a mixed bag. I think I had a variety of fair fights, variety of good fights that I'll probably have up on screen, but I've also had a fair share of just fights that I was like, this is wild, or it's not just that I'm being outskilled, but I'm fighting, like a legit monster. So as far as like lore accuracy in certain aspects, I guess that's okay, but obviously a lot has happened since then. So obviously I'm talking about pre-patch and everything like that, considering when this video is going out. So I'm just talking about my experience then. I wasn't as deep into it as everybody else. I mainly played ranked because it was simpler to get in and get matches. And, there wasn't really a quick player match, so as far as I remember. So I just played ranked and got up to, high B's, like right before A, before kind of playing a few other games. And that was mainly my experience. It was really some fair matches, some good matches, both in single battles and DP battles, and then some matches that just felt like this person is really abusing the mechanic in the game. And as much as I don't want to complain about it, it ain't that fun to play against. So all in all, let's talking about all of the mechanics, talking about the balance. Obviously the patch came out. I haven't played since then. Now, my PS5, I was playing before in my living room, but now my PS5 is set up with my capture card. That's how my gameplay footage is now playing here. But prior to that, most of it that I was playing in story mode was done in my living room. So there's just a mixed bag of gameplay footage that I either have saved or don't have saved. But like I said, all of this is pre-patch. So now that I got the capture card in here, I can probably hop on with the updated gameplay and see how it really plays. I'm sure it's a lot better. I've watched a few videos of just going over the patch notes and just seeing what the changes are, and I couldn't be more excited. Whether or not the game needs to be balanced, I don't really care what anybody has to say. Just balance some of this stuff. I'm going to use the word fix if that bothers some people. Fix some of this shit so that we can all enjoy the game better. We can all admire somebody who's just outskilling us as opposed to trying to fight, a massive key blast coming at you at near light speed. You know what I'm saying? Your reaction time either has to be dependent on your connection speed and or whether you hit it before or after animation or whatever other nonsense that was going on. I'm not going to recap a bunch of that stuff. I want to keep it short. But that was Sparking Zero. So as far as the tournament, I wasn't that high skilled. I had to, again, catch up on a recap of most of what happened. I didn't even watch it live, but opinions on it varied. Did the players do something wrong? Tournament organizers, the Sparking Zero creators, what's the situation? I don't really care. I will say that I am not a fan of anything lame. So, be it if you want to win the world tournament in any game, if your gameplay strategy is extremely boring and extremely unfun for the majority of people that are supposed to be spectating and enjoying the spectacle, you're supposed to be top tier, then I don't, I'm not with it. Now, I'm not pointing no blame. I don't really care. If I was watching it, I wouldn't be happy. And I don't care who the blame goes to. I'm just telling you as the spectator that shit looked whack. And to go further into it, anything cheese related in any game, be it's always existed and it probably always will exist or will always be a meta if you want to compare the two, whether it's cheese or meta. Somebody wants to, use the most optimal, the most effective way to win, by all means. I like Sparking Zero. I like the Tenkaichi series to feel like I am controlling a DBZ character, a Dragon Ball character, if you will, to consider all of the generations, to as close of the source material or as much of freedom as a game will allow me. So I appreciated that about the old Tenkaichi series back in the days. And Sparking Zero now. So like I said, I didn't play it enough to really be extremely frustrated, but I did have to remind myself to find a balance between the games that were good, between people that were actually on there to have a good time, and they were playing random characters, they were playing different people, versus, obviously everybody knows the meta of what characters were being played the most prior to patches, what characters have busted moves, what characters have busted damage. Just, again, I'm not going to recap all that. I'm just saying my experience was overall good. I'm a fan of the series. I'm not going to be too critical of things because as somebody who just trying to get time to play the game at all, I'm going to try to look for the best out of it. Not to say I didn't get mad, not to say I didn't get upset, but that was Sparking Zero. Like I said, the tournament, it doesn't matter which way you slice the blame. It doesn't matter which way it would have went. I would rather see a high tier battle that looks like a real DBZ fight just from the beginning to the end than anything that was apparently displayed at the finals or whatever the case may be. Whatever it is now. The game needed balance. Get the game balanced, and it'll probably take a couple more patches to get it somewhere where it's even viable and enjoyable by majority of people. Or I should say, yeah, I guess the majority. I don't know. When I think about it, when I would look into it, that apparently the ratings or the feeling about the game after a while really grew sour. And again, maybe I just didn't play it enough to let it grow sour on me, but that is what it is. I'm excited to get back into it. I'm excited to see what happens post-patch, so I'll be sure to comment on that. Like I said, all this footage that I'm going to be playing Over here, let me show you. Get that point. All the footage that's gonna be over here is pretty much pre-patch footage. So I don't know. I probably only recorded games I did decent in or whatever. Maybe if I find some cheese games, they'll be mixed in here. But I just try to rapid fire these videos out, so I feel like I'm doing something while alongside playing these games. So if you like it, if you enjoy it, like the video, let's have a discussion and I'll keep it moving. Anyways, that'll be it for now.